Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. How are y'all doing today? Huh? Today is a really cool little episode today, okay? We're gonna take our time today. But today is a cool little episode. Today, I plan on talking about the Bible and reading the Bible and breaking the Bible down. Um, yeah, we're gonna break the definitely we're gonna break the Bible down and we're gonna read it. We're only gonna do part of Genesis. We're gonna do the beginning part, and you know, I hope all is well with y'all. Hope y'all had a good weekend. Today is Wednesday, and we about to start it off. All right, y'all ready? All right. First, yeah. So I have Genesis. Okay, I have Genesis, and that's what we're gonna. Like I said, that's what we're gonna read from today. So let's start it off. All right. We're going to start it off. Genesis 1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. I'm going to stop right there. Um, for those that are not well equipped within the Bible, first we learning this all together. Okay. My reason for doing this real quick is miscommunication. We have to see where miscommunication started, right? And misinformation. And that's what we're about to do, okay? So, in there it says, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. Spirit, meaning wind. Wind. We're going to get to that. I also have definitions up on here. So, be ready for the definitions, okay? And God said, let there be light. And there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. And God called the light day. The darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. Let's stop. That was the first death. Once, let's look at it. And God called the light day. And the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning was the first day. So, morning, very, let's go over it. Mourning. You know, you hear when somebody passes away, mourn. We mourn the loss. That's the same thing once that this morning. Right now, it's Oakland. I'm in Oakland and it's about what, 8:15 out here right now. So it's the morning. The night has died. The night has died and we're here. It's the morning. It's the beginning. Okay? And God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. And God made the firmament, and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. Now let's stop there. What is a firmament? We have the definition right here. You can see firmament. Okay? In here it says, the vault or arch of the sky, heavens. Stars twinkled in the firmament. Obsolete. Obsolete. The field or sphere of an interest or activity. The field, that's the first, as you can see. The field, okay? I want to give you this so you can see. So, according to here, let's read it again. And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. So that is a saying, as above, as below. Okay. So that kinda, let's see, debunks the fact that the earth is round. Now, yeah, in here it says sphere as well. This is the second definition right here. Hopefully you can see this, okay? So, but when he said divided, once again, let's read it again. And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above. So, let's use this. Remember, the Bible was not, it was written in a parable. This right here, right, is not necessarily a parable. Do you think it is? Because he's describing, right? Everything is being described as the action that's happening. Therefore, mourning, right? So if you're dividing, meaning that waters and waters. So the water that we see, the ocean, then there's water above us. That's what that says, right? That is Genesis 1.7. Okay. And God called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day. So technically, right there, that was the first death. Night had died. And now we're in the morning stage. And God said, let the waters under the heaven be gathered together onto one place, and let the dry land appear. And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gatherings together of the waters called he seas. And God saw that it was good. Interesting, because, and this is Genesis 1:10. And God called the dry land earth, and the gatherings together of the waters called he seas. Ooh, seas. So the water seas, and God saw that it was good. Now that is seas. I'm only reading what's up in here. That's all I'm doing is reading up in here. That's pretty deep. And the reason why I say that is because if you, he called the ocean seas. And then it said, and God saw it was good. And God said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is it in itself upon the earth. And it was so. Let's go back. Let's read that again. I know I was a little bit stumbling over that. And God said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind. After his kind. His kind. Now, when it says his kind, does that mean that there's other kinds also? Now, we did hear what he said, but he said after his kind. Interesting. That's just things to make you go, hmm. And the earth brought forth grass. We already read that one. And the evening and the morning were the third day. Genesis 1:13. Genesis 1:14. And God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night. And let them be, this is Genesis 1:14. I'm going just so you can see. Yeah, okay. And let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. And it was so. Let's read that over again. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. And it was so. And God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. Kind of sound like a nursery book. But what Genesis 1:16, and God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. Of course, sun, moon. The sun, of course, because the sun is the greater light. Why is the sun the greater light? The sun is the greater light because the sun gives life. The sun, okay, the sun, example. Right now the sun is out. Now we're getting less energy in the sun right now because we're in, I'm not sure, I think we're in the winter or still fall, but the sun gives off less energy right now, okay? It's giving off less energy. Now in the summertime, what happens? It's hot. Because the sun now, that energy, it has saved up its energy. And then when it comes into the summer, it has its full energy. Okay? Once again, in the beginning, how many times? Let's count. Let's count, y'all. We can actually fact check this. Let's count. All right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, just firmament is mentioned 4 times just on the first page of the Bible. Okay? 5, 6. So 6 times within 2 pages of the Bible it says firmament. Okay? Like I said, that would debunk that the globe, that we live on the globe, just based off of what I read. Okay? That debunks it. Okay? Now, 6, 7 times within the first, I'm not even on 10. And it's, so when I'm trying to think, I want you guys to think, I want you guys to think this book, but I also have this right here, the Book of the Mormon. Okay? We're going to go over pictures in here to see. This is just to make you think. Okay? This is all to make you think. I just want, and the reason why I'm doing it like this is so it's right here. It's not that I have the Bible, just Genesis. all the way up until Genesis 3:24. This is the King James Bible version as well. Okay. So let's like I said, let's get to it. And God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. So Genesis 1:16 is just stating it different. The sun and the moon. That's all it's doing. It's just separating, telling you the sun energy from the moon's energy. Okay. And to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the fourth day. And God said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creatures that hath life, and fowl that may fly above the earth in open firmament of the heaven. And God created great whales, and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly, after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And God saw that it was good. Genesis 1:22. And God blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters in the seas, and let fowl multiply in the earth. And the evening and the morning were the fifth day. And God said, let the earth bring forth the living creatures after his kind, cattle, creeping things, and beasts of the earth after his kind. And it was so. And God made the beasts of the earth after his kind, and cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And God saw that it was good. Hold on for a second. And God, Genesis 1:24. And God said, let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping thing, and beast of the earth after his kind. And it was so. Creepy thing. That's just up in here. Okay. Genesis 1:26. I have to read that over again. And God said, let us. Now, that's real interesting. Because he said, let us. So, that let us, to me, is real interesting. Genesis 1:26, let's read it again. And God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea. And God said, let us. So that's a collective group, right? Let us. He had already created, right? The animals, the creeping thing, beast of the earth. So Genesis 1:26, and it said, and God said, let us make man in our image. In our image, meaning that it's a collective. In our image. Okay, how many deities was it? Because, once again, and God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness. So that's the collective. Let us make man in our. Let us make man in our image. Genesis 1:27. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he. Male and female created he them. And God blessed them, and God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply. Okay. And God blessed them, and God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it. Okay. Now, people. Okay. We're going to look at the word replenish. Okay. Gonna look up the word replenish. The word replenish, right? This is what it means. Replenish. Okay. Do you see it? Do you see the word where it says replenish? Replenish. Okay. Read it to you. To fill or build up again. That's the this is Webster's dictionary. I'm gonna say this again. To fill or build up again. Replenish. All right, so let's look at the word R-E. Okay. Because replenish, this is out of, hold on a second. Hold on. Here we go. Re. Right up there. Re. The second note of the major scale. The second note of the major scale. So, once again, replenish, to fill or build up again. So, me using my own head, okay, and I'm looking at this now, what was said before I said that? Genesis 1:27. God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he, male and female, created he them. And God blessed them, and God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply. So that's one. He said he met man and female, right? And God blessed them, and God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. And God said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree, and which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat. Genesis 1:29. Okay. Let's look at the word meat. Okay. Look at the word meat. Meat. Especially solid food as distinguished from drink. So meat, that's definition 1A. Definition B. The edible part of something as distinguished from its covering, such as husk or shell. 2. Animal tissue considered especially as food. Tissue. Animal tissue. Okay? Animal tissue. We don't have the teeth to eat meat. Or if we was to eat meat, we would have to eat meat in the capacity that a tiger eats meat in. We don't have where meat is considered a vegetable. When you're eating meat, you're not eating the inside. You're eating the flesh. When you get that chicken, that fried chicken, what do most people like that? They like that flesh. Okay? So, meat, the definition of meat, is a solid food as distinguished from drink. That's the definition of meat. Okay. And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for meat. And it was so. And God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And the evening and the morning were the sixth day. That's the sixth day. Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the host of them. And on the seventh day God ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had made. And God blessed the seventh day, and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from all his work which God created and made. So that was he rested on the seventh day. These are the generations of the heavens and of the earth when they were created in the day that the Lord God made the earth and the heavens, and every plant of the field before it was in the earth, and every herb of the field before it grew. For the Lord God had not caused it to rain upon the earth, and there was not a man to till the ground. That's a lie. Why is that a lie? Where is it at? Where is it at? Hold on. I'm going to show you why that's not true. Hold on for a second. You just heard me and what I had said, right? Okay, so hold on for a second. Hold on. Because right then and there, the reason why I said, okay, let's read it again. And God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from all his work, which God created and made. These are generations of the heavens and the earth when they were created, in the day that the Lord God made the earth and the heavens. Here we go. Genesis 2:5. And every plant on the field before it was in the earth, and every herb on the field before it grew. For the Lord God had not caused it to rain upon the earth, and there was not a man to till the ground. Okay, it's not a man to till the ground. Let's see. Because if I'm not mistaken, this is what it said. I got you. Hold on. I'm trying to find it, because didn't it say God created on the sixth day? He created man and female. I'm trying to find this real quick. Okay, bear with me. I got a lot of papers here. Bear with me. Let me find it. Okay, because I want to be clear here. I do want to be clear. I want to. Hold on. I did not, what do you call it? I'm trying to find it. It was the 6th day, if I'm not mistaken. Right? I read it. I don't know where I put it at, but I read it. You can go back, but in there, I read. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay, I thought. Come on. Now, let's go back and read it again. Okay. Genesis 2:5. And every plant on the field before it was in the earth, and every herb of the field before it grew, for the Lord God had not caused it to rain upon the earth, and there was not a man till to till the ground. But in here, didn't he just say Genesis 1:27? So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he. Man, female, created he them. And God blessed them, and God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply. But God, and in his own words, right? Genesis 2:5, and not, once again, I'm coming down here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. The fourth sentence. For the Lord God had not caused it to rain upon the earth, and there was not a man to till the ground. Let's keep reading. But there went up a mist from the earth and watered the whole face of the ground. And the Lord God formed man of dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. Okay, so, but remember, that was on the 6th day that he said that. I'm not making this up. This is in here. Okay? So, once again, the reason why this is important because I'm not looking at this with a closed mind. I'm coming in reading this with an open mind. Okay? This is not my first time reading the Bible and breaking down the Bible. This is not. I want to read it with you guys. We can share things. Sometimes you miss certain things in books. Okay? So, let's keep on. Genesis 2:7. And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. And the Lord God planted garden eastward in Eden, and there he put the man whom he had formed. Now, and out of the ground made the Lord God to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight and good for food, the tree of life also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And a river went out of Eden, and the river went out of Eden to water the garden, and from thence it was parted and became into 4 heads. The name of the first is Pison, that is in which compass the whole land of Havilah, where there is gold, and the gold of that land is good. gonna skip. I'm gonna skip this. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm skipping Genesis 2:10 to 17. We're going straight to Genesis 2:22. Okay. Actually, we're gonna go to Genesis. Yeah, let's go to Genesis 2:20. My bad. Let's go to Genesis 2:19. And out of the ground the Lord God formed every beast of the field and every fowl of the air, and brought them unto Adam to see what he would call them. And whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof. Adam 2:20. And Adam gave names to all cattle, and to the fowl of the air, and to every beast of the field. But for Adam there was not found any help meet for him. And the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept. And he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh instead thereof. And the rib which the Lord God had taken from man made a woman, and brought her unto the man. Genesis 2:23. And Adam said, This is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man. Genesis 2:23. Disagree. I disagree. Now, why do I disagree with that? Okay. Can man birth women? Because that's really what happened in there. Woman would woman would have came first, right? They have the womb. Man doesn't have a womb. Okay? So that with man having a womb and man not having a womb and women having a womb, one would think that the woman was here first, right? Wouldn't you think that? The womb of a woman, man, the woman did not come out. But, okay. We're about to get into some real, right now this is, I like this part, okay? I know that the beginning, kind of what you call, okay. So, from this, it says, And Adam said, This is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man. Okay. Therefore, shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and there shall be one flesh. And they were both naked, the man and his wife, and were not ashamed. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast on the field which the Lord God had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, hath God said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden. But Genesis 3:3. But of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall he touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die, for God know that in the day, Genesis 3:5, for God know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. Now, in there, if you know it, if you heard what I said, it says for God 3:5, for God know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open, and ye shall be as gods. Gods. This is right here. Gods. Gods. King James Bible. Gods. Meaning that it's more than one. Okay? It's more than one. Okay? It's more than one God. Because the snake would have just said what? What would the snake have said? You would be like God, not gods being plural. Gods being plural. Now, remember, I already went over this. Genesis, what was that? 1:6, where he said, I created male and female, go forth, multiply. So, they're already on the planet. Fact. They're already on the planet. Okay? So, since they're on the planet, and be like gods. Because God, you're living. The man and female that he had already created, and he told them to go multiply, they're being gods. Okay? Genesis 3:6. And when the woman saw that tree was good for food, that it was pleasant to the eye, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. Now, let's look at that. So we're gonna go back. Let's go back. And this Genesis 3:4. And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die. 3:5. For God know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good from evil. So when God created man, okay, when he told them to be fruitful and go multiply, he didn't tell them about being good or evil. But the snake, the serpent, excuse me, not the snake, the serpent, okay, the serpent. Now, we have to use within our imagination that the serpent is walking around, right? Her eyes became open. How so? Let's talk about it. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit there. She took of the fruit and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. And the eyes of them both were opened, and they knew that they were naked, and they sewed fig leaves together. So their eyes became open when they ate of the fruit, right? Now, please tell me, what was God told Eve not to eat of the fruit or surely die, right? Okay. And Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Lord Oh, my bad. Okay. Genesis 3:8. And they heard the voice of the Lord God walking in the garden in the cool day. And Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Lord God amongst the trees of the garden. Now, what I also would like to look at is you see now he's called Lord God, right? For instance, if you see in the past, it was God, Lord God, God. So he goes from God to Lord God. Okay. And Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Lord God amongst the trees of the garden. And the Lord God called unto Adam and said unto him, Where art thou? And he said, I heard thy voice in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, and I hid myself. And he said, Who told thee that thou was naked? How hast thou eaten of the tree where I commanded thee that thou should not eat? And the man said, The woman thou gave to be with me, she gave me the tree, and I did eat. This nigga Adam just fucking snitched. This nigga Adam just snitched on his wife. That's how you look at it. The nigga just snitched. He just snitched. That's how the nigga Adam snitched. He snitched on Eve. He snitched on Eve. Facts. It just said it. And the man said, the woman who thou gave to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat. Nigga, what? So he tells. Okay. Let's go. And the Lord God said unto the woman, What is this thou hast done? And the woman said, The serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. And the Lord God said unto the serpent, Because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shall thou go, and dust shalt thou eat all the days of their life. Now, if you telling me, now this is just me, right? You know, so the serpent turns into the snake, right? So the serpent is this big ass muscle walking around motherfucking earth in the Garden of Eve. So he's walking around because in here, God cursed the snake, right? God cursed the snake to do what? Now, when God made all these beasts, because it said God made all the beasts, they're not supposed to be hungry. They hungry. So what do you think they doing? The snake, my bad, the serpent is the one that opened Eve's eyes. She was the one that had the conversation with the serpent. Adam didn't have the conversation with him. So why didn't God go to Eve first? Where the fuck was Eve at? Weren't they supposed to be together? Okay. And the Lord God said unto the serpent, okay, we already read that. 3:15, Genesis 3:15. And I will put enmity. What does that mean? Let's read that. Genesis 3:15. Enmity. What does that mean? Let's look at the word enmity. Damn it, I didn't even bring that one. I did not have that one. Okay. Remember we were talking about womb. Okay. Man, a uterus. A womb is considered a uterus. Okay. Why would the Creator put, I don't have that word, but why would he do that if you don't know what that means? It means to cause some type of friction. Okay. Why would he do that? Why? Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception in sorrow. Thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. And unto Adam he said, because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, and hast eaten of the tree of which I commanded thee, cursed is the ground for the sake and sorrow. Thou eat of it all the days of thy life. Hold on. Thou shalt not eat of it. Cursed is the ground for thy sake, and sorrow shall thou eat of it all the days of their life. But he didn't kill them. Remember, he told them that they will surely die. Thorns also and thistles shall it bring forth to thee, and thou shalt eat the herb for the field. In the sweat of thy face thou shalt eat bread till thy return unto the ground. For it was thou that was taken for dust, and unto dust you shall return. And the Lord, Genesis 3:22, and the Lord God said, behold, the man is become one of us to know good and evil. Now let he put forth his hand and take also the tree of life and eat and live forever. So, my phone is about to die, okay? But in that, when it said, what did he say? God, let's say, and the Lord God said, behold, the man is become as one of us. The Lord God said, behold, the man is become as one of us to know good and evil. And now let's put forth his hand and take also of the tree of life. Now, in here, this is very, very cold. Listen, and the Lord God said, behold, the man is become one of us to know good and evil. And now let he put forth his hand and take also the tree of life and eat and live forever. Man always lives. Okay, that's the generation. Man always lives. This generation is man is always lived. Okay. Once again, I want to get inside of your mind and make you realize, okay, anything you want to bring forth, we can go ahead. You know what I'm saying? But it's all a mindset. This thing is all a mindset. Let me get into this real quick. Okay. Let me show you the pictures. You want to see the pictures in which this is who?